You have started eating healthy and going to the gym. In the beginning, your weight was just dropping on week-by-week basis. However, as few months have gone by, you found yourself stuck and your weight won't budge despite you eating clean and training harder than you did before. So what happened? Well, it's a plateau. Everyone goes through that at some point in their fitness journey, and that can come for many reasons, but that's why I'm creating this video, to explain exactly how to break through your plateau and start progressing with your weight loss again. By the way, I'm Modi. I'm a personal trainer who runs his own personal training studio in Oxford, and if you do need help losing weight, check the link in my description where you can find a free guide how to lose a jean size in the next 30 days. Dropping few kilos and then not being able to lose any more weight is quite common frustration, so we need to understand why exactly this is happening to begin with. Most people assume that they're doing something wrong or their body and metabolism is breaking down when that happens, but to be honest, there's nothing really horrible that happens to your body after losing few kilos. It's just a normal thing that your body adapts to the calorie deficit, and let's say when you lose 10% of your body weight, your metabolism is very likely to slow down because first of all it had to adjust to lower calorie intake, which is completely normal, and second thing, you are lighter, so generally being lighter means you're burning less calories through the day, so your 300 or 500 calorie deficit may not cut it when it comes down to losing weight any further. And when that happens, your snacking or your beer every now and again can really play a huge role in stopping your progress and making you plateau. And normally people get frustrated because they feel like this whole fitness thing is a waste of time. But to be honest, it's not a waste of time. Generally, as we do things in life and we do improve, it just becomes harder the better we become. If we would take any game, for example, once you achieve a level 2, level 3 is harder. Then when you achieve level 3, level 4 is harder. So same thing with the weight loss. The more weight you lose, the harder it is to lose the next kilo. It doesn't mean that it's impossible, it just takes a little bit more effort. So, for example, for me, as a 108 kilo male, it's a lot easier to drop 3 kilograms than, let's say, for someone who's a 60 kilogram lady and is already fit. For her to lose 3 kilograms of body weight will be a lot more effort than it is for me, for example. And that's just the nature of things. The further you go, the harder it becomes to lose that weight. But let's say if I would be 80 kilograms, for me to drop down those 3 kilograms to be to 77 would be much harder than from being 108 to drop it to 105. So I hope that makes sense. So from the science perspective, I kind of touched few things already, but when you lose weight, your resting energy goes down. That's what we consider metabolism most of the time. Also, on top of that, your body conserves energy, and we often refer to NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So that's where you burn calories by not doing any planned exercise. For example, where you're walking from your car to home or to the shop, you may not burn as many calories doing these simple things. It's just the nature of how our body works. Because if you think about it, for survival mechanism, we store body fat to survive long periods of time when we are forced to have calorie deficit. Under normal circumstances, that would be winter. Let's say in Lithuania in winter there's no fruits or vegetables growing because everything's covered in snow. So you simply cannot go and pick up an apple from a tree as you could in the summer, so your body fat storages will go down through the winter. I mean, Animal Kingdom is a good example where bears would eat a lot of food through the summer and then they hibernate in the winter and they survive through that fuel source that they stacked on as body fat. And As we will sleep through the winter, like bear sleep, our metabolism will gradually slow down the lighter we become. That's just basically what happens to your body. Another simple way to think about it is when your phone hits 10 to 20%, it goes into battery saving mode. That's exactly what our body goes through. It goes into a little bit of a battery saving mode because our batteries, fat stores, are going down and we need to conserve that energy. What are the best ways to fix those problems? Well, if you have stopped tracking calories, it's a good time to start tracking your calories again and you start understanding how many calories do you eat versus how many calories do you need to eat to burn fat. If you have been tracking calories, then you may need to consider to dropping those calories a little bit further or going through refeeding phase where you are eating at your maintenance level so you can kind of bump up that metabolism again and then drop back down into fat loss phase, but that all depends on your personal circumstances. Generally, we want to increase your calorie expenditure, so that's where walking a little bit more coming into place to help you to burn those extra calories, or simply standing more through the day. If you're working at the office, maybe it's a good time to use that standing desk that your manager bought you in the lockdown and you never used it, because standing burns more calories than sitting. And yeah, just generally trying to move more consciously, maybe adding a little bit of extra cardio, cycling, walking up the hill, whatever you prefer. Just trying to increase that calorie expenditure naturally. I don't want to say that increasing NEAT because what I'm describing is actually planned exercise, so it's no longer non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's actually planned exercise to burn more calories. So you basically need to increase your calorie expenditure or go through a maintenance phase where you're just trying to maintain the weight that you currently have without consciously trying to lose that so you can bump that metabolism, like I said before. One more thing that helps with fat loss is making sure that you sleep for 8 hours a night. That helps you to keep your cortisol levels down, which is normally a contributing factor to you holding on to that belly fat which you don't want. So make sure that you sleep well as well on top of that if you want to lose more weight. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it does help because sleep as well helps you to control your appetite and hunger a little bit better, because if you haven't been tracking your calories, you may subconsciously grab some more snacks if you are sleep deprived. One of the personal examples that I have came across is one of the ladies that are training with us. Her name is Fiona, and she's been struggling with weight loss for a very long period of time. And she was like, if this is not working, she's gonna give up with like all the fitness and eating healthy because it doesn't work for her. So what was happening when I looked into her diet? She was under eating calories and her metabolism has dropped down because she was eating like 1200 calories. Keep in mind, she's my height, around 6 feet. And not a single person that's 6 foot should be eating 1200 calories. This is just like absolute nonsense. But anyways, so what we had to focus on trying to increase her protein and getting her to eat a bit more, which was completely counterintuitive to what she has heard before. So we needed to kick that metabolism back up and bring her maintenance calories up and increase the activity, build a little bit of muscle, which will also help with keeping the metabolism a little bit more fiery. And that eventually helped her to lose 3 kilograms of body fat while actually gaining muscle and being able to improve her strength. She's gone from 40 kilo deadlift to 100 kilo deadlift and felt a lot better through the day, alongside many other health things which I don't want to get into. I want you to keep in mind that hitting a weight loss plateau doesn't mean that you're failing with your fitness. What it means that you have been working hard and eventually you hit a brick wall where you need to make some further adjustments to your lifestyle to continue progressing with weight loss. That's completely normal part of fitness. It happens in many other aspects in life, so just start making those adjustments that I've been talking about and you will start losing weight again. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this one, so go and watch it and I'll see you in the next one.